What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pizzapia, and welcome to Week 7 Buy Low, Sell High edition. These are the players you're looking to get out from under and the players you want to acquire on your roster here in Week 7, and that's the key, isn't it? To make sure that you are buying and selling these players at the perfect time so that you can have continued success. So let's kick things off here with an outfielder, and let's start with Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, I understand Kyle Schwarber is hitting under 200 on the year, and I get that. It's very frustrating. But he's also got 9 home runs and 21 RBI. He's a player last year that really kind of broke out, came into camp in great shape in Washington last year, and then really had a fantastic run with the Nats before getting hurt and then getting traded to the Red Sox, where he played very well also. Now, Schwarber at his best is probably a 240 hitter anyway, but he's going to pick things up. Maybe this is just new contract, new city, new conditions to get used to, but I would be buying on Kyle Schwarber, especially if you're looking for some power. Another guy to buy is Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals. Now, Whit Merrifield is a player who's got 200 hit seasons under his belt, and I understand it's been underwhelming so far, but in the last week he's really picked things up. His hard hit rate, his barrel percentage, all of that is in a good trend, and he's also 5 for 5 in stolen bases. So Whit Merrifield is a great points league player. He's a great roto league player. He's just gotten off to a really bad start, and maybe people will start to sour with the Sal Perez injury as well. That's possible, but Whit Merrifield to me is a buy if you can still buy him because he has picked things up of late. So don't wait. As soon as this video is over, go make a trade proposal. Next guy on the list to buy is Austin Riley, first baseman and third baseman of the Atlanta Braves. Now, over the last 2 weeks, Riley's hitting 184 with a 571 OPS, and this is pretty much your last chance to get him. This is a guy that had a breakout campaign in 2021. He is a premier power hitter. We've seen some cold stretches from Riley before, but if you look at the numbers, the power numbers are all still good. The contact will come around. He'll have a hot stretch here anytime now, and when he does, all of a sudden those stats are going to realign properly. I would look to maybe deal a Josh Bell and somebody else for Austin Riley. To me, that's the way to go. Josh Bell, nice player, but he's never had a complete season the way Austin Riley did last year, and Austin Riley was a big prospect for the Braves. So the Braves collectively are probably going to pick things up in the next few weeks and really start to chug along, and Austin Riley is going to be a big part of that. Let's flip the script here and let's talk about some players that we want to get out from under. And we could start with Paul Blackburn. Now, Paul Blackburn has been one of the best pitchers in baseball over the first month and a half of the season, and it's just true, whether you like it or not. Now, if you look at the minor league track record, Paul Blackburn is a pitcher that's got a lower K per mind than he's showing right now, and there's a good chance eventually he's going to get figured out, and eventually guys are going to start to hit him. But for now, he's been excellent. And he's been excellent for such a long period of time now into the season. We're not talking 2 stars, 3 stars, we're talking 6 or 7. That he has established a value in the market that someone who's desperate for pitching will want Paul Blackburn from you. Now, what can you get for him? Maybe something like a Hunter Renfroe, a nice power hitter that you feel good about in Milwaukee, a player of that magnitude. I don't think you're going to get a star player for Paul Blackburn, but can you get somebody that's useful in your lineup? Absolutely. Can you package him with another pitcher to buy low on a pitcher that's got a bigger ceiling than Paul Blackburn? Absolutely. So Blackburn is at his peak right now in terms of value. This is the time to sell Paul Blackburn. Another player here on the way out of the door is going to be Taylor Ward. Now, as far as 28-year-old late bloomers go, color me skeptical. Taylor Ward has been absolutely fantastic, but do we really think he's going to hit 385 with a 1200 OPS for the rest of the season? Because I don't. Now, he's in a fantastic spot in that Angels lineup at the top of the order with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and he has done everything right so far. And now it's time to move him at his zenith, at his high point. And maybe you can get somebody like a Jared Walsh, who's got a little bit more of a track record than him on his own team. Or a player like Randy Arozarena, last year's Rookie of the Year, who's got 2020 potential. You'll love what Arozarena brings across the board in terms of productivity. Had a slow start to the year, but in roto formats, Arozarena theoretically is far more useful than Taylor Ward. I'm not saying Taylor Ward is useless. I'm not saying Taylor Ward's the worst thing ever. I'm saying Taylor Ward is performing at his absolute peak, and he's been doing it just like Blackburn at a long enough period of time where it's time to look into selling him. So those are the names right now. I'm looking to move on from Taylor Ward, looking to move on from Paul Blackburn, and looking to acquire Kyle Schwarber, Whit Merrifield, and Austin Riley. So what I want you to do right now is head over to FantasyPros.com and check out more of these names on our latest article, Buy Low and Sell High. Also, don't forget to join our YouTube channel and subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB YouTube channel, where you can watch, listen, and be a part of leading off 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, live noon Eastern. That'll do it for me, Joey P. Happy trading, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our featured videos. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at FantasyPros, so you can get the latest news and updates to give you the edge you need in your fantasy league.